Howdy folks, and welcome to a brand new G-log. Today we are going to be completing the closed cycle refiner loops in the freighter, and I don't just mean the biome specific materials, I mean also the magnetized ferrite, chromatic metal, carbon crystals which will be turned into condensed carbon for fuel, and tetracobalt which will fuel the full closed cycle of the other ingredients. So this is going to be pretty friggin' awesome, to be honest, because we're going to have most of what we'll ever need in a completely closed cycle. And yeah, before we do that, I do need to do something about this inventory, and it's a bit full, so I can't collect a lot of the plants that I need and such, but I have a pretty quick way to sort that. I'm going to see, it's still a bit popping in and out. I'll be deleting a lot of this back stuff pretty soon, but for the moment I'm going to basically take all this stuff away. So like these containers and stuff, well, these corridors, they're going to go. These are actually a massive drain on the whole thing, and I'm also going to take these stairs. I'll still be able to access the top, and we'll just be remaking this area slightly. Okay, so now this is closed, I'll likely also be getting rid of this little spot here and using these stairs up here that are either side. Though I won't be going up 2 levels for this, or we will, which means if I'm going to go up 2 levels I can use the existing space here and it won't be too much of a drain. I'll be getting rid of all of these hydroponic trays, and I'll be going back further here right until the very back. So if we whack these in right until the back, okay, we reach the back, we're pretty much there already, and now this back area is going to become where the storage containers are, so sodium is needed, specifically sodium nitrate. I've just got a bad feeling that the ones I deleted had my sodium, my destabilized sodium in, which means I might be slightly screwed for it. Might have to make some more. Okay, yeah, it would definitely appear that the ones I deleted were the ones that house the destabilized sodium, which is really unfortunate, but I can get more, so I can make more. I could probably buy some from this. Okay, yeah, this 154 sodium is enough to start me off. Okay, so what I mean by making more is by just doing this, by putting 50 sodium and 50 sodium nitrate to make a destabilized sodium. It takes a couple of minutes, so I'll just skip ahead of this, and once I've made enough what I need, job's a good one. Okay, so I've got all I need. You actually only need 20 per container room, so it's actually really cheap. 20 sodium nitrate and 50 magnetized ferrite, which is pretty much nothing, to be honest. And I've got like just over 300 sodium nitrate now, so I'm good to go. And basically, just to explain exactly what I did there, I turned 50 of the sodium nitrate and 50 sodium into one destabilized sodium. One destabilized sodium will refine into 150 sodium nitrate, which you can then take 50 of to make 100 sodium, so then you've got enough to make 2. So you can basically just keep doubling it up. And here I'll just be putting, oh, that's me being silly. You need sodium, not sodium nitrate. Obviously I've got more than enough to make this, but still, that's very silly of me. Okay, so back to this. I should just be able to stand here and do it, to be honest. So I took the ones I'd already put back because I wanted them in an order of sorts. So 0 at the end there, and just because I prefer it to be in an order, really. No other reason than that. So yeah, put 5 here, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So that's all my containers are now right at the back of the buildable area. Because generally when it comes to these containers, you'll very rarely actually interact with them directly. You'll pretty much mostly just use them to transfer to and from. Now you will want to occasionally, especially if you're like me and every so often you want to reorganize everything, but when it's that rare it shouldn't be such an issue that they're all at the back of here. And having them right at the back will definitely help as far as the whole complexity and out of mind, out of sight, out of mind type thing, because then yeah, it's going to be less taxing and more easy to make those inactive. So now that's done, I can actually reach my sort of storage. I'm going to take these down because these were still too high. I didn't have space at the time to take them off. Just take that. And is this right? This is one I want to keep. So this is where we'll be building the secondary permanent area. Although I'm going to delete this one because it's not the same style. I want them all this style. So I'm going to make a very simple 3x3 room. I'm guessing that's to do with the refiner. Had this issue last time. That shouldn't be a problem. I'll bring those up now. I'll start bringing them up. This is the refiner in question. I'm pretty sure it's empty. Yes, it is. So I can safely pick that up. I definitely have the room. Right, I'm just going to double check. So I've got 194 sodium nitrate and 5 processors. I don't think I have any chromatic metal on me. I do not. Right, so I'm going to see if this gives me everything. So that has given me... Yeah, it's given me the sodium nitrate, I think. No, it hasn't. That's only given me 50 sodium nitrate, hasn't it? It's giving me the other stuff though. Anyway, it doesn't matter that much. I've got some extra. I've got to think it has, and I'm just brain farting. Next is start putting the refiners in. I'm going to have to pick up a few more before I put them in. I was told that some people were able to change the colour on these, so I'm just going to try again. Maybe I have to do it as I put it down. So we'll try that. I'll try that with some of the others. See if that works. It did not. I'm not sure what's up with my file against other people's, but it appears that I cannot change the colours. Not sure what other people can. I can do it on portable and stuff, just not on large. Very strange. Okay, so I've got my large refiners up here now. I'm just going to colour the rooms specifically to the refiner that he's going to be doing. So I can just easily and quickly work out exactly which one is doing what when I come up. Okay, so what I've marked out is black for magnetized ferrite. White, or as close as I could get to it really. It says white, but it's not really, is it? Quite more of a grey. This is for chromatic metal. I went with white because, well, all colours go, you know, all colours white. Red for the carbon crystal, which will provide the condensed carbon. Then blue for tetracobalt, which will provide ionized cobalt for a specific reason, which I will explain very shortly. And orange for sodium, well, destabilized sodium, because hazard protection stuff. So basically my aim here is to be able to get all the fuels I need, as well as most of the resources that are on the day-to-day basis. Then we've also got one here and one here just for general things. So now I'm going to explain exactly what I'm doing and the loops and how it's a closed loop. So this first one requires some pure ferrite dust, although for some reason I need to have those in order because I'm mental. And then platinum. This goes to a 1 to 12 basis to magnetized ferrite. So stick that on, then when you need magnetized ferrite, pick it up, press play again, and these 250s will last a while. 12 sets to be exact. Now this chromatic one, this requires silver, gold, and indium. Now we've only got 114 indium, and I'd like to start this off by having full 250s for each. So to make more indium, we'll use one of these extra ones we've got. Put the indium in there, put chromatic metal with it, and that makes 1 to 4 indium. So you can just basically keep on a permanent loop. So we just put our indium in there, and that creates 1 to 30 chromatic metal, which is frankly insane. Then we move on to the carbon crystal. Now you might be wondering why I'm using carbon crystals and not just making condensed carbon directly. Now this is because I want it to be a closed loop. Now to make condensed carbon directly, requires you to have oxygen. So it's basically 1 condensed carbon, 2 oxygen makes 6 condensed carbon. Now that is a great refined recipe, but it's not closed. Now with doing this, we can do the same as we did with the tetracobalt by adding 250 carbon and 250 condensed carbon to make 5 carbon crystal, which then go into 750 condensed carbon. Now to make this extra, we have carbon planters downstairs, which a lot of people don't have access to, but If you don't, you can just turn condensed carbon 1 to 2 into normal carbon. So then just basically, when you turn a carbon crystal into 150 condensed carbon, just turn 50 of it into normal carbon, which will turn to 100 carbon, then you can make 2, and so forth. That's essentially what this loop will do. As well as the tetracobalt, it's the same for the sodium, destabilized sodium. And that will basically just give you endless sodium nitrate by doing the 50 of the lower, 50 of the medium to make the higher. Now you might be thinking, why are we doing ionized cobalt? Because obviously, you know, with the destabilized sodium, you can use that for hazard protection. The carbon is used for fuel, but why am I doing the ionized cobalt? Now that is to make these closure loops. So this requires silver and gold, so we need a method to make that. And for this you also need the platinum pure ferrite dust. Now the pure ferrite you can get from this magnetized ferrite, so you can just make more from that. The ferrite dust is slightly trickier. That is what we'll use from the biome specific ones. The biome specific materials that I'm creating in this other room, which I'll just run into here just in case you didn't see the previous G-log. Now this is a room purely for the biome materials. Each one of these 4 here make salt via doing the same method as the 50-50 for chlorine, which might be in this one. Have I not put it in any of them yet? There we go, chloride lattice, to get to chlorine, to get to salt. Now we use 1 salt and 2 of a plant to make the plant biome specific material. So then this room is set up with 33 hydroponic trays and 10 large refiners to be able to make 500 per harvest of each biomaterial. Now we can use that biomaterial, which turns into ferrite dust on a 1-to-1 to get the ferrite dust for that loop. Now when it comes to platinum, gold and silver, we'll be using the ionized cobalt to go, if we go into our crafting here, if you go to like auronium, 50 paraffinium and 50 ionized cobalt, we can get the paraffinium from that room and get the ionized cobalt from this room and make an auronium. Auronium goes to 250 silver. Now for gold we can make a lemium. Lemium requires 50 uranium and 100 pure ferrite. We can get the pure ferrite from the magnetized ferrite. The grantine, which also goes to 125 gold, requires darksite and ionized cobalt, so this would probably actually be a better one for this route. And that's why we've got the ionized. So then we can make auronium, lemium, grantine, etc., which turns into silver and gold. We can then use that silver and gold in here for the chromatic metal loop, as well as turn silver and gold into platinum for the magnetized ferrite loop. So yeah, it's a fairly mental system, but it's fully closed, and I really like that. So once it's established, you don't need an outside source, which is why I think this is really cool. Okay, stop it right there a second. Right, I'm editing this and it is clearly incredibly kind of complex, and I'm not sure how well I explained it. So I'm going to write a pretty extensive but quick guide on my website, zanesall.com. So if you look in the description, there'll be a link to exactly what I've done here, and as it's in writing, it should be a lot easier to understand and follow and reference and so forth. I think this needs more than just a quick chart. So yeah, if you want all the details, everything, all the stuff you need to build this on your freighter and exactly how it works, check out the link in the description to go to my website, where there'll be a written blog guide thing for it. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. And oh, this is ridiculous, isn't it? But anyway, yeah, cheers guys, and back to the video. So yes, this is the purpose of these rooms. Oh yes. Now what I may do is add some carbon planters up here, just because I have them, because it's a legacy save. And yes, unfortunately, if it's not a legacy save that you're on, you won't have the carbon planters. But having them will allow me to not bother turning this condensed carbon into normal carbon to do what I was describing earlier. Which, I know I've just put it back, but I want a full 250. To make 5, well, 5 if I stop it. There we go. To make 5 carbon crystal. And so yeah, so that's this new room that I've just created. These 2 will surely be enough for me to be able to do my extra things that aren't in these static ones. These 5 here, this one, and these 3 will remain static to their purpose. Same with the biome room. So I've got these 2, and we will be creating a sort of nanite producing line, which this was originally going to be, but I had issues with the whole complexity. So this area, this will likely be filled in, and the loop will go elsewhere. I was going to fill this room today, but I feel it might be best to do that tomorrow, because I've got a feeling it's going to take quite a while, and I've been doing really long videos that I'm not sure everyone particularly likes the super long, like yesterday's 40 minutes. Holy crap. So thank you for joining, folks. I'm looking forward to sorting that out, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow as we do it, because it should be fun. So yeah, thanks for joining, folks. Hope it was at least moderately entertaining. Shittingo. We have a Discord and a Patreon, both linked in the description. And yeah, have an awesome day, folks. Loving these trees, man. They look so cool. I'm definitely keeping these in here. I've got a feeling they're going to stop the ability to do that pretty soon, like the next little patch or something. And so if it's already here, it should stay. Awesome. Catch you later, guys. Have a good one.